Hello and welcome to the MENA Golf Tour. This week we're in our lane for the season finale, the MENA Golf Tour Championship. Al Ain is the second largest city of the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. Home to the country's highest number of Emirati nationals, the city's main attraction is Jebel Hafid, a mountain over 1,300 metres high. The Al Ain Equestrian Shooting and Golf Club is a sports complex in the heart of the city. The golf course is one of the best maintained courses in the country. The horse racing track cuts through the course with the front and back nine on either side. The golf club has hosted the season finale in every year of the MENA Golf Tour so far. The relationship with the tour is gaining strength every year.
It's great for us to be able to host one of the events. Starting the first year when we held the Tour Championship to this year, we've been lucky enough to host it for each of the 5 years, and it's great. We've seen the tour grow as the players have arrived here for the final event each year.
The Par 71 course runs for over 6,800 yards, with the Par 5 10th the longest hole in the United Arab Emirates. Furthermore, the flora and fauna on the course make for a fascinating experience for both players and fans alike. The preparations had been in place for more than 2 months to get the course in top condition for a memorable finale.
Well, it's probably not the most challenging course the guys will play this year on the MENA Tour, but I think the layout's a very challenging one still. Maybe not the length of the other courses is there, but looking at the winning scores from last year, I believe it was 13 under. They don't come here and really shoot really low scores, so it's a good test of golf. It's a good condition, as it's been for the previous years. So yeah, I think I'd imagine again the score will be around that. The winning score will probably be in that similar region.
The 2015 season has been a remarkable one, with all 10 tournaments ahead of the final stretch producing 10 different winners. As a result, the race for the Order of Merit was a wide open affair. 18-year-old Tristan Lawrence, though, led the way as he aspired to finish at the top of the heap in his debut season on the tour. With Gary King not playing, Gabriel Canizares, Paul Doherty, Lee Caulfield and Per Bath were all in with a realistic shout to overtake the South African.
I am leading, but there's a lot of good players out there, so I can't just lay down. I need to really have a good week, so a win would be nice, but I'm aiming for a top 5.
The amateur division was more of a one-horse race. Though Rehan Thomas drew close, England's James Allen was head and shoulders above the rest in the pack. Allen won the Order of Merit in 2014 as well, and it would take a turn of monumental proportions to overtake him. Morocco's Ayeb Lagati and Karim El Hali led the Arab charge, while Elliot Oxlades had a fine season as well.
I've had some good finishes this year. I got off to a good start at Sadiat, which kind of settled me down a little bit, and I had some good feelings being brought forward to the upcoming events. And then in the last few weeks, I've kind of found something in my game, and it's kind of clicked on nicely. So I'm pleased to be playing well again, and at the back like I was at the start, and looking forward to hopefully carrying it on for the last event.
James Allen continued the good work. In the opening round he shot 4 birdies and an eagle to manage a 4 under 67. His fellow countryman Scott Campbell was even better. With 7 birdies he shot a 6 under 65 to hold the lead at one stage. But a career best from Cyril Souk, 8 under 63, helped him overtake Campbell at the top of proceedings. Day 2 and Stuart Archibald shot a bogeyless round of 66 to march into contention. Consistency from Craig Hinton, who carded a 65, helped him climb up the ladder. But Scott Campbell went one better than his first round, this time with a 64 to leave him 13 under after 36 holes. So this is how it looked at the end of 2 rounds of the season ender. Campbell enjoying a 1-stroke lead over Craig Hinton. Stuart Archibald was 2 shots further behind, while amateur James Allen was 4 shots off the pace after rounds of 67 and 66. Welcome back to the MENA Golf Tour. You're watching the best action from the MENA Golf Tour Championship. Into the final round and some early highlights. Here's Tyler Hogarty at the first, the par 4. A birdie putt for him, and that took him to 8 under par. That followed a very good approach shot with a 60-degree wedge. Cyril Souk on the second, the 350-yard par 4. This was a birdie putt for him, and he sank it. Took him to 8 under par, the second time this week he'd birdied that hole. Stuart Archibald at the third, an eagle putt for him. Oh, so close to dropping. It didn't, but he still got a birdie, and that took him to 11 under. Followed an approach with a 4 wood. James Allen at the fifth, the par 4. This was his second shot, and an outstanding shot too, to just a couple of feet away. He got a birdie, and that took him to 10 under. Scott Campbell at the third, a very clever little approach shot. That was enough to earn him a birdie. It followed an earlier shot with a 2-iron. He was on his way up the leaderboard. Tyler Hogarty at the sixth, the 563-yard par 5. This was his third shot. Very nearly in the hole, getting to 5 feet. That earned him a birdie, took him to 9 under par, and it really was a birdie blitz early on by the leaders. Craig Hinton at the fifth, a birdie putt for him, and superb. It dropped, it took him to joint lead at 14 under par alongside Scott Campbell. Here was Tyler Hogarty at the eighth, a birdie putt for him. Oh, and it just wiped its feet before it went in. Fantastic stuff following an approach with a 7-iron. He moved to 11 under. Craig Hinton at the sixth, his third shot. An approach with a sand wedge. That was enough to help him secure a birdie, and it gave him the lead by 1. So here was the leaderboard as we moved towards the halfway stage of the final round. Craig Hinton and Scott Campbell swapping places following round 2. Campbell 1 under for the day, Hinton 3 under for the day, and really making a fantastic charge. Hogarty, Archibald and Allen all considering themselves in contention. The leader, Craig Hinton, his second shot at the par 3 7th. Stuart Archibald now, following an approach with a 7-iron, this at the 8th. Oh, and he's up off the putt very quickly indeed there. That was for birdie, his best finish this season, second place in Rabat in April. Here's Scott Campbell, a birdie putt for him at the 7th, following his tee shot with an 8-iron, and he's run that putt a long way past. Tyler Hogarty now, birdie putt for him at 9, rounds of 71 and 64 so far, this to go out in 31. Well, he's got a little bit of work still to do with that putt. Campbell now for par on 7. 1 behind Craig Hinton, remember. Oh, and that makes it 2 behind now. Frustration for him, just rolling that one past. So 3 putting Campbell on the 7th, and that drops him to 13 under, level par for the day. This round hasn't caught fire yet. Stuart Archibald now, par putt for him at 8. Oh dear me, he thought that was in. It most assuredly wasn't. So a 3 putt for him too. Rounds of 66 and 66 in the tournament so far. But another player struggling to find his rhythm in this final round. Craig Hinton now for par on 7. Nicely holed. He stays 3 under for the day. Now leading by 2 shots. Just see in the background the trees there. The wind really is getting up here. James Allen, the amateur. Birdie putt for him at 9. Oh, and he's misread that completely. Goodness me. It's gone a mile past. 2 birdies for him on the front 9 at 3 and 5, and a dropped shot at the par 3 4th. Could be another dropped shot there. Craig Hinton now. This the 8th, his second shot the par 4, 397 yards. Hinton the leader, remember. And that's nice solid golf from him, finding the green. And he's got a birdie opportunity there. Allen now for his par, having run that previous putt a long way past. Oh, that's a really good save from him. Misjudged the previous putt, but didn't misjudge that one. Terrifically holed. Shake of the head, but he's got his par. Here's Craig Hinton at 8. A birdie putt for him to extend his advantage. Oh, and he was never confident about that dropping, was he? Up off the putt very quickly. But holes his par putt. He's still 3 under for the day and still leads by 2 shots. Wry smile from him. Back to Tyler Hogarty now on 11. Par putt for him. Great round so far. 5 birdies and out in 32. And that just drops. Perfectly paced. And if he can maintain his outward form on the way home, he might be in the mix for the title. Tyler Hogarty remains at 12 under. James Allen now with his 3rd shot to the par 5 10th, the longest hole in the UAE at 678 yards from the back tee. And he's found the green, so he's got a birdie opportunity. What a monster hole this is. And again, illustration of the wind. You saw the flag fluttering very strongly. Hinton now on the 9th, his 2nd shot. Well, he's found the green. Just rolling off the back, is it? No, it stays just on the edge of the green, but he's got a lot of work to do there. He'll have that for birdie, but he'll be happy to walk away with a par, I reckon. James Allen now. Birdie putt for him at 10 then. He parred this hole on the first 2 days, and, well, that's the best he can hope for here as well. Misread that putt. Wasn't happy with what happened at all. Here's Hinton for birdie then, with this monster. This to go out in 32. And he's still got plenty of work to do there. Allen for par at 10. And he's holed it. Long way clear of Indian prodigy Rehan Thomas in the amateur division. Allen stays at 10 under. Scott Campbell's par putt at 9. Nicely holed, very steady, out in 36, 1 birdie at 3 and a bogey at the short 7th. He remains 13 under. Craig Hinton, the leader for par. Oh dear. Well, he missed a birdie opportunity at 8, and now this. He's out in 34. He still leads, but now he just leads by 1. So here's the leaderboard as it stands. Craig Hinton perhaps just wobbling at the top. Scott Campbell is steady. Tyler Hogarty, a charge from him with 5 birdies so far. It looks like it's a 3-horse race, although Stuart Archibald and James Allen, they'll believe they're still in with a chance. Welcome back to the MENA Golf Tour highlight show as we're approaching the business end of this season finale. Let's have a look at some action then. And Scott Campbell at the 10th. This was his 3rd shot. What a terrific 3rd shot it was. It earned him a birdie, took him to 14 under and gave him a share of the lead with Craig Hinton. But not for long, because at the same hole, here was Hinton's par putt. Little tiddler, but he missed. Dropped shot for him, so a 2-shot swing. And the 2 players swapping places. at the top of the leaderboard. Hinton's second successive dropped shot. Here was Hinton once more at the 12th, the 373-yard par 4. This was a birdie putt, didn't drop, and Craig Hinton really losing momentum at the wrong time. Tyler Hogarty had this for par at 15. He missed it. A dropped shot for him took him back to 11 under, and another man losing momentum after an earlier birdie blitz. Here was Scott Campbell at 14, a par putt for him, which he sunk. He continued to be steady, and with Hinton dropping another shot at 13, all of a sudden Campbell was at 14 under and leading by 2. That was Stuart Archibald holding a birdie putt at 15, the shortest hole on the course. That took him to 11 under. And here was Campbell once more on the 15th, his tee shot. That earned him a birdie and took him to 15 under. So here's how it stood as we reached the climax of the MENA Golf Tour Championship, and what a remarkable turnaround. Scott Campbell now surging, Craig Hinton collapsing, a 3-stroke lead for Campbell. The win's still a factor, but it looks like Campbell's to win or lose. Here's our leader then, Scott Campbell, his second shot on 16, his first year on the MENA Golf Tour, his best finish 8th this season. And he looks as though he's going to improve on that today, doesn't he? What a fantastic shot. He's given himself another birdie opportunity, and he's playing some terrific golf now. Here's Tristan Lawrence then. An eagle putt at the last. See the way the wind is ruffling his trousers. Almost stone dead. Terrific stuff from Lawrence. He's a little bit frustrated, but that should be a simple tap in for birdie. A nice way to finish. The 18-year-old finishing with a 70, and that will confirm him as the Order of Merit title winner. He won the Ras Al Khaimah Classic, and this should be his 6th top 10 finish of the season. Here's Craig Hinton then, with a birdie putt at 16. Oh yes, terrific. It's his first birdie since the 6th. Is it too little too late though? He's now 2 behind Scott Campbell. Stuart Archibald, a birdie putt for him at 17. Oh, so close, so near yet so far. A miss, a 3rd par in succession at this hole for him, and that was surely his last chance to make a charge. Scott Campbell now for birdie at 16. Oh, dear me. Couldn't have got any closer without dropping, could it? That would have extended his lead to 3 shots once again. Just a little tap in, and he remains at 15 under. Still 2 shots clear though. Tyler Hogarty now at the last for eagle. He's given it every chance. Yes, that's great. 5 birdies and that eagle today. Home in 33. And Tyler Hogarty is the clubhouse leader on 13 under par. Scott Campbell then on the tee at 17, the 172-yard par 3. He just needs 2 solid holes, you feel, here, and the title's his. And that's 1 solid hole already, I think, isn't it? He's on the green, a fantastic tee shot, and a good birdie opportunity. Stuart Archibald now. Can he do what Hogarty's done and get an eagle at this last? Doesn't look like it, does it? That was his 2nd shot. Scott Campbell then for birdie at 17. If he drops this, you fancy it's the title. He hasn't. Didn't quite read that putt. Wry smile from him, but he's still very much in control. James Allen at the last then. Birdie putt for him. Not quite, but Allen will be the amateur division winner for a 2nd year in a row. Little tap in for him, gives him a 70. his worst round of the week, but that follows on from a 67 and a 66, 10 under par. He can be very pleased indeed with his 3 days' work. Craig Hinton for par at 17. Nicely holed, but I'm not sure it's going to make a difference in the final analysis. Scott Campbell still very much in charge of things. Here's Stuart Archibald. Birdie putt for him at 18. Oh dear. Frustration for Archibald then. A 70 to round off his week after previous rounds of 66 and 66. Home in 34, but with only one birdie in that Homewood 9, and that was at 15. Here's Scott Campbell then at the last. His third shot. Just skips that on. And that's all he needs to do, really. Very safe, secure golf. Craig Hinton with an eagle opportunity at 18. If he holds this, it means Campbell needs a birdie to avoid a playoff. Well, he's run it quite some distance past, hasn't he? So I think that's basically Campbell's title now. Here is Scott Campbell then, with a birdie putt. This to seal the deal. Just drifting it past. Again, you can probably hear the wind on our effects mics. It's been a very, very breezy day. Craig Hinton then, birdie opportunity for him. Surely the opportunity for the title has now gone. And the opportunity to finish with a birdie has passed him by as well. Tap in for Hinton. A 70 for him, his worst round of the week. 3 dropped shots in 5 holes around the turn. Well, they've cost him dear, haven't they? Now Scott Campbell. This to round things off. And he does so. 69 for him for a 3-round total of 198. 15 under par. A fantastic victory for Scott Campbell. And a well-deserved triumph. So here's confirmation of Campbell's success. He pockets $13,500. Wind very much a factor in that final round. And that, of course, maintains the record of different winners at every event this season. Campbell, in the end, 2 clear of Tyler Hogarty and Craig Hinton.
I'm glad you got like better and better as the week's gone on. And my game this week it's felt really good. This whole week just felt in control of my ball, and that's the first time I fully felt in control of my golf ball since I've been out here. So it's really nice to get the win, and it's my first professional tournament win. It was a 3-day event. I've won 1-day events before back in the UK, but not a 3-day event, so I'm happy.
And the champion this week, with scores of 65, 64, 69, receiving the winner's cheque of $13,500 from England, Scott Campbell. (2015) Sheikh Maktoum Golf Foundation Order of Merit Champion, receiving a cheque for $4,500 and an invite to the 2016 Omega Dubai Desert Classic from Morocco, Faisal Sajini. Moving swiftly on, 2015 MENA Golf Tour Amateur Order of Merit Champion, receiving a voucher in the Pro Shop for 1,000 dirhams and an invite to the 2016 Omega Dubai Desert Classic, James Allen. And the 2015 MENA Golf Tour Order of Merit Champion, receiving an invite to the Omega Dubai Desert Classic from South Africa, Tristan Lawrence.
means a lot. I mean, the opportunities the MENA Golf Tour give us to play in big events like Dubai Desert Classic and the Trophy I Sung, so that's just amazing achievement for myself, and I mean the opportunities they give us, we really appreciate it, so it's a great feeling.
That's all we have then on the 2015 season finale of the MENA Golf Tour. Scott Campbell winning the MENA Golf Tour Championship, while the 18-year-old Tristan Lawrence won the Order of Merit. Until we catch up again, goodbye.